Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
My bite's not close to my bark, buddy. And slid down so we can see a red suitcase right here for law enforcement. If they're watching and you guys would like to come back here. Of her being out here. So this is what we're doing today. We will see you guys back here real soon.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Right when it starts, right when I was getting done with the intro, I realized I literally have nothing to drink back here. That I'm not lying. I have literally not out a drink. So I'm now gonna officially have to get up. I gotta go get some water. My mouth is dry. You guys are just gonna have to wait. All right. I'm coming back. I'm back. Got my water. I got to get my ears in. Can't hear crap. I can't hear myself think over here. But I figured if I didn't go now, if I waited until the intro was done and then you guys get here and I'm not sitting in my seat, you'll be like, what the heck's going on with Betty, right? So I had to wait until the lights came on, so to speak. Good morning. 6:30 in the morning. I'm just joking. It's hard to believe that almost 12 hours ago we were here. Listen, all funny stuff aside, there is a serious case that came on my desk. I wasn't going to run with it. I was going to wait until the morning to run with this case after I had an opportunity to do a little more due diligence. And due to the severity, let me get this out so I can hear myself think. Due to the severity of this particular case and the fact that we are just now learning about it, I thought it was very important to get her face out there. At least there's something going on. I don't know how many people are watching here from Florida, but this is from the northern part of Florida. This is Ocala, Marion County, Florida. And this young girl, her name is Sara Ebersole. Am I saying her name right? I think I'm saying her name right. Sara Ebersole. Let me go ahead and put this up here. I don't know why it's coming in the way it is, but it is coming in. There she is, right there. She disappeared in March. And so I was reading this, and I don't know why, we always search it. My criteria for searching is very extensive. When I start looking for new cases, it's very extensive, and I haven't seen her, and I've been searching Florida for missing. I don't say child. I don't say woman. I don't say man in my search. I usually do Florida missing and try to locate some people here that we can help or at least provide support to, whether it be flyers or whatnot. And I hadn't seen this. And apparently they ran a story on it on Dateline. And one of my audience members saw it and sent it to me. And she asked me if I had seen this yet. And I said, no, I had not seen it. And so I was reading this article, and it seems very concerning to me because she was out with friends. She was at work. She works at a adult entertainment, a dancing club. And she was getting a ride home. She called her sister, asked her sister, hey, can you give me a ride home? Her sister was unavailable. She said, no problem. She was communicating with her sister throughout the evening. And I think it was like around 10 or so at night, she was seen getting into a black pickup truck with two cowboys, so to speak. And of course, she had some, flirty things to say about the cowboys. Okay, I will say that. But still, it sounds like she went and hung out with these strangers for an evening, and all of a sudden she disappears. Well, the sister, she got literally zero help from a Florida law enforcement department, which is a problem for me. They were told to wait a flippin' week. Yes, that is what I just said. According to her sister, when they tried to report this woman missing, they were told to wait a week. Totally, wholly unacceptable this day and age. I understand we have adults missing, and I understand a lot of these adults come back. But what about the ones that don't? Are we just going to sit on our hands now here in law enforcement throughout Florida and just say, hey, she's an adult. We don't need to do our damn job. I'm just curious here because this girl here, it is now November. We are just now hearing about this girl that's been missing since flipping March. Hello, Marion County Sheriff's Department. Has it been long enough for you to get off your ass and go look for this girl? Now that there's probably no leads or anything to the whereabouts of this girl. They did find the two cowboys in the black pickup truck. And according to the two guys in the black pickup truck, they told law enforcement that she left between 3 and 5 a.m. You would think that they'd have a little bit better of an idea of when she left, but apparently she got into a blue sedan, potentially a blue Hyundai. No make and model or year was disclosed, if I recall correctly. So I figured I'd go through this with you. This case, it's, I feel really bad for the family because literally, and I feel even worse because literally, if it wasn't for my audience member literally sending me this, she would not be on my channel right now. I would never have heard about her. I would not know about her or anything else like that. So Sara Ebersole is 26 years old and she disappeared from Reddick, Florida. Her roots, believe it or not, are Sarasota County. But she wasn't here whenever she left. Apparently her mom and dad are not in the picture. I guess her aunt and uncle raised her. She moved a couple hours away to that Reddick area. Her sister Michelle says Sara is the youngest of 7 children in their family, and despite their significant age difference, because her sister Michelle's in her 40s while her younger sister's 26, she said that she was in 10th grade when Sara was 1 years old, if that kind of puts that in perspective for you. According to Michelle, Sara was primarily raised by their maternal uncle and aunt in Sarasota, which is about 2 hours away from Reddick. And there she is. And there, her sister is, you can't even see my, can you guys see my, no, you guys can't even see my cursor, but it's the one over right there, that one right there, that one, that's her. So it says here, Michelle describes her sister as a free spirit who thinks everything is sunshine and rainbows. She's pretty much an explorer, Michelle says. It doesn't matter if someone says, let's go four-wheeling, let's go swimming, let's go for a ride a surfboard, any new experience. Michelle says Sara had started staying with her on and off in her home in Denellen by the time she was a teenager. Denellen also about 2 hours from Sarasota. When Sara turned 18 in 2014, she got married to one of the neighbors down the road from her sister's house, but within the year they had already separated. She goes on to tell Dateline that her sister works as an exotic dancer and needed a ride home that night. She messaged her sister around 7-something, asking if she was available to give her a ride home, Michelle recalled. I told her I was, and I'm sorry, and she said, okay. Around 7:50, Michelle said her sister messaged her back, and she messaged telling her, wanting to tell her kids hi and that she loves them. And then Michelle says and this is kind of, this is where she gets, don't blush too much. Okay. That's not what I got to say. Just don't blush too awfully much because it kind of made me blush a little bit. But around 10:11, she messaged her sister saying she's getting into a random truck with some cowboys and she hoped that they took her on a ride. So, that was the message to her sister, and that was the last time her sister heard of her. So obviously, her sister's very, very concerned. It's been March. Nobody's heard from her. We know how this goes. Hey, Guidance, I didn't see you. I didn't say hi to anybody, did I? I just started yapping. Why didn't you guys stop me? Cool Gamer was like the first person in here to say hi. Cool Gamer was probably popping up and down saying, I'm here first. And I didn't even acknowledge Cool Gamer. I am so sorry. How rude of Bullhorn Betty. Oh, and before we get started on any more information, I just looked over here and I just wanted to give a shout out to Sandra. Thank you so much. I didn't get an opportunity to say it yesterday, but I did get the card and the tactical lights. So thank you. I'm assuming this came from you because I forgot to say thank you, and I wanted to tell you I did get these. I did get them, so I do appreciate it. Thank you so very, very, very much. And that memory card, I really did need because I to be honest with you, I lost a memory card. I won't lie, I lost one. I'm looking everywhere for it, and it's one of those little tiny cards. I know it's here, but I can't find it. So getting back to Sara, you know, she was she was out there with these guys, and she was picked up. So she went back to wherever they went. But the next day, Michelle told Dateline that she knew something was wrong. This is a family that's in tune with their people, you know, their family. It's just like any of us. Hey, Pat, it's nice to see you. And everybody else that I forgot to say hi to, I am so sorry. I kind of just, this is a case that I kind of need all hands on deck. I need my researchers to research if possible. I really would appreciate it because this is what I'm having a problem with. I did find some of the social media pages, but I can't find all of the social media pages. I'm having problems. Hey, Clementine, it's nice to see you. Beautiful, be beautiful. It's nice to see you. Be kind. Good. I want to say good morning. I'm so used to saying good morning. I never run evening shows. But anyways, getting back to this, Sara does live with roommates. So even the roommates started calling her sister and saying, hey, have you heard from your sister? We haven't heard from her. And so they go to the police station, and it says right here, I called her and it went straight to voicemail. Then the roommates messaged me and Sara, and it's saying Sara had not answered. Michelle said it was extremely unlike Sara not to respond to messages, especially from her roommate. So that set up, you know, red flags with her because Sara always responded. Michelle told Dateline that the roommate attempted to file a missing person report that day, but that police told her that she needed to wait a week to see if Sara returned. You guys know how I feel about this. You know, this day and age, we need law enforcement to be taking this stuff seriously. You know, it's this lackadaisy stuff that causes problems because 15 or 50 or even 100 cases before her case came before their desk, and those people walked home. So naturally, they're like, you know, we don't even want to spend any resources on this. She doesn't show up in a week. Give us a call back. We'll send a law enforcement officer out there to take them. You know, that whole nonsense. That's got to go. You know, our people here are more important than this. I understand, you know, people just walk away from home. But there's got to be a time and a place when law enforcement takes some of these things seriously. For example, if she's never not answered her phone before, that is a red flag. As soon as day 2 rolls around and she hasn't posted anything on social media or made contact with somebody, you go up there. You never, ever, ever let law enforcement tell you to wait a week when you know something is wrong. If you know something is wrong, you sit your ass in that police station until somebody takes you seriously and you let them know you will not leave until a report is filed. And if that means you staying there all night, well, tell them to pack a lunch. Because you know, sometimes you need to jolt law enforcement to take you seriously and let them know this is not like those other cases. Something is seriously wrong. And this is not the family's fault, nor is it law enforcement. I mean, there's really no one to blame in a situation like this because, in all fairness, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Let's be honest, right? You don't take it seriously enough. Something like this happens. You take it too seriously enough. Now you're spending a whole bunch of resources looking for people that don't want to be found. So again, we can't really place blame here because it's the damned if you do, damned if you don't philosophy, and it applies here. You know, and they have to look at a lot of different things, right? They do have to look at, and let's be honest, we try to say law enforcement doesn't judge anybody, that we don't judge anybody. We know we judge people based upon our first impressions, whether we want to admit it or not. Our brain just does it for us. We don't consciously want to judge people. Our brain does it for us. We're walking by and it's like, man, that guy's got bad teeth. Where did that come from? You know, it's not something I was purposefully noticing. It was just something that popped in my head as I'm walking by. Is JB not feeling good? JB, are you not feeling good, my love? I would love to help search, but at the current time, I'm heavily medicated to do the Oh, you had surgery. Well, I hope you have a speedy recovery. We've had a lot of surgeries in the chat. We've got a lot of stuff going on here. So yeah, JB, well, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Well, you know what? I shouldn't say I'm sorry for your surgery. Hopefully it's a surgery that makes you feel better. I mean, I know it's always the pain before the healing, but hopefully at the end of this, you'll be in a better situation than when you went in. I mean, that's usually, let's hope. But thank goodness you're heavily medicated, right? How many people in chat wish they were heavily medicated at this moment? Please put a 1 in the chat. You're probably there's probably a lot of people in chat that are jealous. What kind of stuff you got? What are you really on? We were wondering why you were so happy, JB. We just didn't know. We didn't know you were heavily medicated. Well, now that we know, we can talk about JB all we want. Now she's not going to remember tomorrow. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. So that's really kind of the nuts and bolts of this case. I'm still going through it. I'm looking into other things. It's been, me, my bread and butter is social media. When they have social media, that really is my bread and butter when it comes to this stuff here, because it gives me something to sleuth and look into. And whether people like to believe it or not, social media is really your, identity, right? It's who you are. So you could really, when somebody's missing, you can really garner a lot of information on, who they are, who they hang out with, where they are personally. Do they look like they're in a dark spot? Is there any, recent breakups, recent abuse? Is there any, cases open? There's just a lot that you can garner from somebody's social media, and it's just lacking in social media here. I did get an opportunity to at least find her sister. And of course they're doing a fundraiser. So I wanted to drop this down. There's some legal fees going on, and I just wanted to read this for everybody before I dropped it. My sister, Sara, has been missing actively for 7 months. We suspect foul play. I applied for custodianship of my 5-year-old niece after my sister went missing. The courts has dismissed my case, and now the other party, one of the suspects in my sister's missing person case, has been awarded attorney fees. So we're able to garner just a little bit of information on this. So it sounds like somebody that they believe close to her sister is actively seeking custody or has received custody of the girl. So I wonder if that, you always look into little things, and sometimes things lead to other things, and this GoFundMe is no different. But it sounds like the sister needs help, and the sister wants to be awarded custody of her niece. And so if this is something, a situation that you would like to assist in, I just dropped the GoFundMe page, the GoFundMe link. They got a $3,400 goal. They've already raised about $1,600 of that through 19 donations. And it says, I've been given a start date of 60 days to come up the first part of the attorney's fees, or they will file contempt of court charges and charge me with more attorney fees. My sister loved her daughter more than anything. It is my duty to save my niece from this monster. 6 years of torture, abuse, false allegations, alienation, and now my sister is missing. Don't ever let someone victimize you. Don't ever let somebody bully you into giving up. I will continue to fight for my niece's safety. Dahlia Mayton, aka Corey Mayton 5. our Cora maintenance 5. So it's heartbreaking. This case is heartbreaking. And I just wanted to do my part to kind of, show Sara. There we go. To show Sara, because she needs our help. And, I'm not going to really, if you guys would like to go and help for the GoFundMe, please do so if it's a calling near and dear to you. But it's not one that, I feel bad, but I don't know the situation. And I don't truly know if the person that they're fighting from this is truly a suspect that law enforcement considers truly a suspect. So there's still a lot of unknown questions. I'm interested in learning more about this particular case. I don't know how invested our channel will get into this case, but it was definitely something that caused me concern. And the length of time, we always know length of time matters, because people are creatures of habit. That means they typically do the same thing no matter where they go. For example, if she was really, ran away from home in a different town, in a different city, the chances of her most likely dancing at a strip club is a very high. You can find, so there's behaviors there and things of that nature. She has a child. She left one night. She never made it back. This is red flags to me. Now, if the sister did be in lack of a law enforcement searching, which again, I have a problem with, but I'm not going, this is just observations I'm making. I'm not going after the law enforcement. I'm not going to call them and, yell at them and say, why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? Why didn't you do this right? Why didn't you do that right? It's because, like I said, it's the damned if you do, damned if you don't. If they did put behind resources, she would have probably been okay. But because they didn't, naturally, she's missing for 7 months. The damned if you do, damned if you don't. At the end of the day, she is an adult. She has a right not to be found. That's the problem law enforcement has to balance each and every time they have one of these cases where there's a person over the age of 18. They have more abilities, and they have stricter guidelines when the person is under the age of 18 and missing. This is not the case. So if other creators are going to be running with this story, I just want to make sure that we're not blaming law enforcement for this particular matter. This is just the name of the game when you're over the age of 18, and it sucks. It sucks, but there's no, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know of any good resolution. It's one of those things where I can't even complain about it, because you know me and about complaints. If you're going to complain about it, come up with some resolutions to resolve it. I mean, I can't even complain about this situation, because what do you do to resolve it? There are so many people that go missing every single day. And a lot of those people that go missing, guys, a lot of them walk out the door and just don't want to be found. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them that have, problems with narcotics and other things that go on benders, and you don't see them for a week or two, and then they come home. So, what do you do? How do you help? How do you change, help affect policy to try to gap some of this stuff? You really can't. You really can't. It's just it's an unfortunate situation for Sara's family. There's not a whole lot we can really do to help this family, other than just broadcast her sister's face, offer to provide them some flyers. But there's really not a whole lot that can be done at this moment. I mean, unless they have an area that we could possibly search. I don't even know where to begin to look for her. I really don't. So this is what we can do for her. We can only, for Sara Ebersole, this is what we can do for her. We can put her face out there. We can put her name out there. And we can ask for all hands on deck in spreading the word that this beautiful soul has been missing since March. The family believes there's foul play involved. We know something definitely happened. We're true crime. And I'm sorry, but hold on. We got some stuff coming in. Give me just a second. Thank you, whoever sent that. I can't tell just yet. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, here we go. Here's some information we just got in. It says Sara Ebersole, Florida missing, a Florida woman still missing 8 months after vanished following an alleged Uber ride. I'm going to go ahead and put this over here. Give me just a second. We'll watch the video. Here we go. And I think I do have that one pulled up down the aisle. Let's just see. Give me just a second. Can you guys see? Yeah. We're most likely going to have a commercial because it's Fox. And then it should play, hopefully. Okay. Still going to have a commercial.
This hasn't happened since 2015. The Bolts just couldn't get anything past the Blues goalie. Final score in this one, 5-0.
I don't think this is going to be the one. So what does it say here? It says deputies are asking for the community's help in the investigation into the disappearance of Sara Gail Ebersole, a Central Florida woman who seemingly vanished 8 months ago in Marion County. Ebersole was missing on March 8, 2023 by her roommate. She reportedly left without taking any clothes with her. She has not posted any social media to any social media, and her financial accounts have shown no activity. Guys, this is not good. So that gave us all the answers we needed right there. Investigator said Ebersole was last seen during an early morning hours of March 3rd, 2023. Wow. What we know about the case. So here we go. It says March 2nd, deputies said Ebersole was given a ride home by James Robinson from a convenience store to his home located at 18080 North Highway, whatever, in Reddick. Deputies did not reveal the relationship between the two. Ebersole reportedly spent some time with Robinson that night, as well as James Shaler and Tisha McDermott, a couple who lived in the other half of the subdivided residence. That night, sometime after midnight, Sara either left the residence alive or she didn't. Wow. And that came from Marion County Sheriff's Office. They said in a Facebook post, the alleged, and it even says in big bold letters, the alleged Uber ride. Whoa. This is kind of giving me that, what was that? Kathleen Moore. Remember Kathleen Moore case? And what was it? Colin Knapp. And he told law enforcement that she left. And he didn't know if she took a Uber ride or not. And he actually shot her, rolled her up in a mattress, broke his fence in the back of the house, and threw her body two doors down on the swamp side of his fence where we couldn't get to her. It just gives me that kind of, I don't know why, because he was trying to allege that she left the house by Uber, but there was no cameras. There was nothing that left that community, only him, if I recall that night. Maybe there's other details that are a little hazy, but that's basically what I remember. So it says the alleged Uber ride, according to Marion County Sheriff's Office, if the residents of that house are to be believed, you see how specific, if they are to be believed. This is coming from the Sheriff's Office. Usually Sheriff's Office don't talk like that. When is the last time we read a report where they said, well, if the residents of the house are to be believed, right? It's usually, we were told, the reports are, we have learned, this is already suspect. This is already suspect. I read between the lines and I read the behaviors of this. And this is so blatant that Marion County believes that something happened inside that residence. It is so blatant to me in the way that they are wording their information according to Fox 35. Again, my personal opinion. I read between the lines. If you don't like it, I don't know what to say. Sit there and be mad, upset, or you can just laugh. Just laugh, right? Okay. So the vehicle was described as a newer model blue sedan, possibly a Hyundai. I can tell you Here, let me tell you, I like all these little stories that I have. They're experiences I have, right? They're experiences I have in life. Let me tell you something I learned, okay? This is something I learned recently. You cannot order an Uber without an active phone or phone number. I thought you could go online and order an Uber or a Lyft. Apparently, you have to have an active phone to do it. Now, unless somebody knows a different way of doing it, because I was in a position where my phone wasn't working. So I had another phone and I kind of hotspotted it. And I'm like, okay, well, I've got the Uber app. I might as well just order it. But it wouldn't even send the Uber without the confirmation of the phone. So what I'm trying to say with this, if that's true, unless I'm not a techie person, as many of you guys know, so it is possible that it was user error, right? It is possible, but it was ultra difficult. So what I'm saying is that if she ordered the Uber, she would have had to have an active phone or phone number with her. And many people, they say, well, yeah. But what I'm trying to say is they would easily be able to tell whether a Uber driver made it to that house or she ordered one just based upon a very limited preliminary review of her phone or phone service. And I'm pretty sure, just like me, everybody in their mother, even Olivia, knows my secret special password, right? So somebody in your life knows that secret special password that they can log in and figure out what's going on. So I think that they would be able to tell fairly quickly whether an Uber was ordered and whether an Uber picked her up. It is all digital. And we all know that, but for some people, maybe they don't. Maybe they've never used Lyft or used Uber. They don't even know how it works. I'm just saying that I had a recent experience that made me realize, it is kind of security. I mean, really, in the grand scheme of things, they want to make sure, because when you set up on the phone, if I remember, I can't even remember anymore, but I almost remember having to take a picture of my driver's license or ID and put it in there. So they had a picture of me, I guess, that they give to the driver. So, there are some security features set up. And I think that may be one of them is the phone thing. So, a driver doesn't get robbed or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what the philosophy is. I'm not a driver. I don't know. If somebody's a driver, maybe you guys know. You can put it in the chat. So we all do. It was alleged, it was allegedly being driven by a Hispanic man in his mid-30s, approximately 5'8", tall, thin-build, long dark hair. The long dark hair, man, just the whole Hispanic in the 30s or whatever like that, right? It just gives me the EBGBs because we have the whole thing with Rachel Morin. And the reason why is people are like, well, it's in Maryland. Yeah, well, he was also in Los Angeles before he was in Maryland. So God knows where this man is. If Sara didn't leave the residence alive, it means that something happened to her while she was there and that the story of the Uber driver was fabricated to send detectives down a rabbit hole. And I think that really is what they truly do believe. The good news is that we have the address of where she was last seen. And we have the name of the people she was last seen with. I wonder why they're not posting any information about the people they were seen with. Because the people were James Robinson, and they're refusing to talk about the relationship between them, and the James Schaller. Now, I will tell you, the sister in the other report, the one from NBC, she states, it says right here, according to the Facebook post, Sara Ebersole was seen on March 2nd at 10 p.m., located at the Circle K, and that was at 17980 North Highway 441 in Reddick, Florida. It adds that Sara willingly left the Circle K in a black pickup truck, seen above. Let me put this back up here so you guys can see it instead of my head, the side of my head, right? There you go. So she was seen, it says right here that she was seen around 10 p.m. She willingly left with him in the black pickup truck with 2 unknown males. And that due to the length of time she was last seen and the circumstances surrounding her disappearance, law enforcement is seeking information about her whereabouts. So that was the truck she was last seen in. At that time, authorities are looking to identify the owner of the vehicle. They've already found the owner because Michelle told Dateline that she had been investigating her sister's disappearance on her own and was able to locate the vehicle and identify the 2 men that her sister was with. So she was actually, that's almost like the Paola Miranda Rosa case, where the family actually got together and decided to go out and start searching for their loved one because law enforcement wasn't taking it serious. Remember, we took the family, we got a group of people together and took the family to Osceola County to demand somebody to help them because they were just getting shafted all over the place. We did get them some answers, but man, it really does bother me to have to wrestle with these people because we're there with this family. We had the whole entire family in that lobby of the sheriff's department. And they made them wait there. This is a family of a missing woman and literally made them wait there for hours. I finally had to go in there and say, look, if you do not get a detective down here to speak to this family, I'm going out in your parking lot with my bullhorn. And I'm going live on my channel, right? You know, it's like it shouldn't have to go to that point. It should be the families are respected. The families are provided some information. And when they drop the ball, they own it. This is what irritates me about law enforcement. We're all human. And I know you feel like people won't understand that you make mistakes, but let's face it, you can either deny the mistakes you're making, or you can just say, hey, look, we made a mistake. We're fixing it. We're sorry. We're human. You know, nobody is beyond being human. We're not robots. But it's really upsetting because this is another Florida law enforcement agency where the family had to provide yet again the evidence to law enforcement before law enforcement would even be willing to help. It should not be that way. It just shouldn't. When you go to your law enforcement, no matter how petty the crime, no matter if it's just a purse or just a cell phone, it doesn't matter. When you go to law enforcement with a crime, they should treat you with respect. They should give you the dignity and respect to take 5 minutes to sit with you to fill out your report. And if you are not 100% satisfied with the service you are getting from your local law enforcement, you sit your butt in that chair and you do not leave until somebody takes you seriously. Because nobody's going to protect you or your family like you. And you know when something's wrong. And you don't let some stranger tell you differently, because I understand the position of the roommate. She went up there. She talked to law enforcement. They said, hey, come back in a week. She doesn't know any better, right? You wouldn't know any better. You guys would have done the same thing. Well, law enforcement told me to call back in a week, right? This is where we empower our audience. This is where we empower our audience, because I promise you, if you ever get yourself in a pickle, I guarantee you somebody in this audience is going to be sitting their ass in a chair at a police station until somebody takes them seriously. I bet you that. I may not know much, but I know that, right? We would be sitting in that chair and refusing to leave until we were taken care of. You said that we associate every day. That is not true. I'd like that correction. Okay, you got that correction, Alaska. Now kiss my white breaded ass and get the hell out of my chat room. It is amazing to me. Let me tell you, I'm going to go on a little tangent here about you. It's amazing. It's amazing. This is what's amazing to me. You have no self-control. None. Literally no self-control.
You can't even control your own behavior just to let something go and move on to a channel that you like. You come in here on a regular basis and antagonize my audience and antagonize me. You know what that tells me about you? You're unhinged, you're unstable, and you've got some problems, honey. It's not me, it's you. So have a great day. God bless. And please pick up the phone and call your counselor or your therapist. You're probably going to need them over the next week. Take care. And we're still nice to them. They don't deserve our kindness. I'm just joking. Let me be the asshole. I'm good at it. You guys keep being nice. How many people would like to see Alaska leave and never come back to this chat again? Hey, Alaska, can you control your own bad behavior to never to come back here and write again? I bet you can't. I bet you can't control your obsessive compulsive behaviors. I bet you can't. Would you like me to retract that too? Yeah, that ain't happening, babe. I bet you're pissed while I'm sitting here laughing in your face. Don't be throwing shoes at your TV because you got to replace your TV. Bullhorn Betty's not going to do it, honey. Just to let you know. If you didn't know what that noise was, I was slapping your face, baby. I'm allowed to have fun, right? Am I allowed to have fun on my own channel or not? I don't know. I don't know. All right, getting back to reality. What we're here for. We're here to advocate. That is what we're here for. This beautiful soul deserves some attention. So let's give her some attention. Her name's Sara Ebersole. She is from Florida. She's been missing since March. Certainly, we've got some people out there that actually like to make a difference instead of trying to get themselves attention when nobody gives a damn about them, like Alaska. Hey, Alaska, this is what I think of you. Can you guys hear my effects today or no? I would think that is so they can track you. I'm sure it probably is. I'm sure it probably is. People. You know what? Let me tell you something. I would like some things retracted about me. I mean, if you're you know what, Alaska, if you're going to say we need to retract stuff about you, why don't you go out there and retract some of that dumb shit you've been talking about me? Just saying. I bet you can't. And I bet you every single morning you wake up, I bet you I'm the first one on your mind. You know what that is? Do you want to know what that is? That's me taking up free rent in your head. You're welcome. It's nice to be there. And I'll never pay rent. So Sara needs some attention. And if you guys are in the chat rooms, just please start looking around because it sounds like they have an idea who this is. It sounds like the family needs some assistance. It sounds like they're getting a little shafted here, you know. But it does sound like the Marion County Sheriff's taking this seriously, and it doesn't look like they're being played too much. And it looks like they're being pretty transparent. I mean, they're basically pointing the finger at the house she was at, right? I mean, you guys read it right along with me, right? I mean, that's what we just read. I mean, law enforcement sounds like they ain't biting the bullshit, if you ask me, right?
Warning, warning, bullshit alert. That was bullshit.
I just like pushing buttons, baby. I just like pushing buttons. What can I say? I'm a triggerer, right? I'm a triggerer, right? I go out there, I say things, wild, crazy stuff, and like, you either love me or you hate me, and I'm just fine with that.
Bullshit detected. Take precautions.
Jen says the best. I got it right here, baby. I think of you every time I push somebody else's buttons.
Bullshit level, DEFCON 5.
Who says I need to act crazy with a laugh like this? Now that we're done with our thing, I might as well just have some fun, right? There's the world's smallest violin. Oh, Lord. Okay, guys. I've had enough fun with you guys for a little while anyways. Now, let me ask you guys, before I get off this evening, you know, I don't really come late at night. How have you guys been? Do you guys like the split show? Do you guys like the morning show and the evening show? Do you guys just like the one or the other? How we wanting to do this thing? Just trying to figure it out. Do you guys? Because if you guys still like going in the evenings, I'll start going in the evenings for you. Oh my God, that laugh cracks me up. That's probably what they say my laugh sounds like. Reggie says both. Reggie, what do you love seeing me in pigtails, right? Or do you just like seeing me fresh out of the gym? I don't know which look you're going for tonight. Yes, both. Hey, Angela, it's nice to see you. I like the evening one because I'm hardly up. We have coffee clubbers that don't like coffee. What can I say? I have more time at night. Okay. All right. Well, then I'll do a little bit more. I wasn't even going to go live tonight. And like I said, I was starting to research this. If there was a little more stuff to research about this case, which is probably the sad part about it, there's more stuff to research about this case. I probably would have had to wait until morning to cover this case. I really would have, because there would have been more stuff to read. But you know what always breaks my heart, I think, when I cover a case like this, is the fact when they don't have a whole lot of information. It shows me that their community is not paying attention. And that's what hurts my heart the most, is that this young girl is in a community, and I guarantee you that 90% of that community probably doesn't even know she's missing. And that's the reality of it. Do you know how many times that we go into a community? I think Dolly, Olivia, a few other content creators to get out and go into the field, they can attest to this. But one of the things that you always see going into these communities, we think of these cases when we're on YouTube or other social media, thinking that this is what it's like, just because we're on social media. And there's a lot of people that come to social media, but not everybody. Do you know that when we go into a community to help a family, and it might be something that is just taking off on social media, we have nothing but just numbers. People are interested. People are watching. They're tuned in. And it's all across social media. And we have a worldwide audience. And we go into a community, and the people living down the street don't even know. That is the wildest thing I've ever seen in my life. It really, truly is one of the wildest things I've ever seen, that we can have worldwide attention on a case, and the people down the road don't even know it exists. That, my friend, is nuts. And it's true. It's true. Do you know that even Gabby Petito, there were so many people, because it was kind of off a main road. So unless you were tuned in, or you were driving down that road, you really didn't know that was going on. Some of the neighbors, even 2 roads back, didn't even know what was going on. You would think that they would know that it was, everybody knew, right? I mean, we were out in front of the house with bullhorns. Everybody in the freaking county knew we were there, right? Yeah, no, it's not like that. But see, you'd have to be there to understand what it's like. It's an experience you have to have in order to speak about it. So, oh, geez. Laffy Mayor. Pinky, get a hold on BHB if you'd like to. Hold on, let me see what Pinky has to say. Give me just a second. I'm gonna roll on up. What does Pinky say? Hey, Hindsight, it's nice to see you. November Rain, it's nice to see you, B-Buddy. I don't live far from Ocala. I checked my Facebook with her name, and we have mutual friends. I have no idea she was missing. Right, Pinkie Pie, right. Pinky, would you do me a favor if you'd like to, since you're kind of close by there? Would you mind sending me an email? You don't have to use your real name or anything like that if you don't feel comfortable. But if you could send me an email, I'd like to chat with you just for just a little bit, if you don't mind. That's at bullhornbetty@gmail.com. It probably won't be tonight because it's already 7:00. But if you can tell me like a time tomorrow that you're available, I'd like to just chat with you just for, I don't know, a few minutes if you have the time. I'd greatly appreciate that. And I think that's about it. Thank you for the information. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for that. I do appreciate that. But yeah, I didn't know she was missing either. It was one of our audience members here that sent this case to me. And they're like, hey, have you seen this? She's been missing since March. And I'm like, no, I haven't even seen her face. I'm literally 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Thank you, Pinky. Thank you. I appreciate it. Like 2.5, 3 hours maybe away from her. I could have been out there searching months ago. We've been here. It's not like we're halfway across the country this time of the year. We're here. Even in March. Well, yeah, we would have just gotten back from Idaho. That might have been why she fell through the wayside. All of that was going on during the Idaho stuff, right after the Idaho stuff. Wow. It's just sad. Just sad. So if you guys are out there, if you're on social media, on the streets, just keep the name Sara Ebersole from Ocala, Marion County in your thoughts and in your prayers. She's 26 years old. She disappeared. She's got a daughter. It sounds like there's foul play associated with this. It sounds like law enforcement is saying there's something smelling to high heaven. They're not coming out directly and saying that, but they're definitely implying that without a doubt. We definitely read that. I'm sorry. That was about as sarcastic as I've seen law enforcement speak about a case in the recent history, in the recent past. Wow, missing since March. Yeah. And there's not a whole lot of information on it either. Like I'm researching, they're doing articles. I shouldn't say that. There's a lot of articles there, but just not something with a whole lot of meat to the bone. I think this article that was just sent to me, and I think that it was sent to me by Me Too. The Real Me Too, I think, is who sent it. I can never see on here. No, it's Jennifer. Nope, it was Jennifer. Thank you, Jen. It was Jennifer. It's me, Jen. It's me, Jen, is the one that was sending me stuff. Thank you, Jennifer. That was very helpful, by the way. So we're going to dive into this just a little bit. I'm not sure exactly how much time we're going to devote to this case. We'll see where it goes. But I did reach out to the family just to see if they would like some flyers or any other information or any other resources that we could possibly help with, whether it's sponsoring water, whether it's doing whatever we can to help the family. So I just thought that the GoFundMe, for those that would like to help the sister try to get her niece, it sounds like whoever got custody of the niece might have a hand in what happened to her sister. So just a little food for thought. Please get her name and her face out there. I really appreciate all the help and support. And God bless each and every one of you guys. And until next time, please be safe and kind to one another, right? Even in the chat box below. Why? Because there is enough hate in this world and we do not need to be part of it. We are lovers over here, not haters. Olivia Brown, hey. Now they see now I'm about ready to turn off, and we got Olivia in here. We got Pinkie Pie, Pittsburgh Nurse just got in here. Hey guys, it's nice to see you. It's really nice to see you. But I'm trying to split up just to let you know. So for all the people that are on the replay crew, you might want to adjust your settings to be notified of all, because we have been kind of doing 2 shows a day. We've been doing the morning show for our early crew, and I've been trying to find something to discuss with you guys in the afternoon so we get to spend some time with each other. For the people that used to be with me like all day. I used to be on all day. Well, now I don't. I'm not, right? I'm too busy. So we'll try to get back here, but we will be here. Our showtime specifically, we don't know the evening. Evening's kind of whenever I've got a minute to come up for air and want to come out, have a story to come tell you. But mornings are 6:30 in the morning. So if you're up at 6:30 in the mornings, Eastern Standard Times, that means it's 3:30 in the morning on the West Coast. That's in California, Oregon time. We are 6:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. Monday, I would say Monday through Friday, but we kind of do all days. Sunday, I'm typically not up for a morning coffee club because we have church. We have our digital church. So if you guys would like to attend church, we have church with our group every Sunday at 9:30 in the morning. We're not here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. We actually go over to Countryside Christian Church and we hang out with Countryside Christian Church family, right? And it's always an enjoyable experience. And they always have such a powerful message, a powerful and loving message. Some people don't like really, in all fairness, there are people that just don't like that particular one. We also have Turkey Man here, and he has a more soulful presentation and a more soulful testimony. And it's just really calm, soothing, and great. So if you haven't had an opportunity to check out Turkey Man's service, go over there and check it out. It's beautiful. Thanksgiving is coming up. If you want to know how to shoot your prize turkey, right? Some people are out there. They love having, from farm to table, turkey. You just got to go run and catch it, right? He there's a reason why they call him the Turkey Man, right? You got some hunting. You're a hunting enthusiast. Check him out. He's awesome, baby. He's awesome, baby. So, anyways, get out there. Talk about Sara Ebersole, and again, 26 years old, missing from Ocala. It sounds like they have an idea who it was. If you have any firsthand information, have any information related to the people surrounding this case, please reach out to law enforcement with anything. You never know what piece law enforcement needs. So, if you know these people that are involved, please call them. She disappeared between the March 2nd and March 3rd time frame. And if you knew her, seen her, or saw the people, the 2 gentlemen that I read in this article on those days, please reach out to law enforcement. I'm sure you may have some information that may seem so meaningless to you, but might mean the world to the case. Please keep that in mind. All right, guys, take care. God bless, and we'll see you first thing in the morning. Rock it out with your coffee beans out. Take care.